Attention St. Louis Cardinals baseball fans, there is a football team. They're 1-4, but they're the best 1-4 team you've ever seen. I know the Cardinals are in the ALCS trying to get into yet another World Series, but the Rams could use your support. Last night, Monday Night Football, national television, empty seats all over the place in the Edward Jones Dome, if that's what it's still called. However, Jeff Fisher may be contemplating retirement secretly in his head because this team is going nowhere. And I would not blame the quarterback situation in Sam Bradford because Austin Davis has played well, maybe even better than Bradford. I don't think Bradford will ever play another game in a St. Louis uniform. But I digress. Last night, the visiting San Francisco 49ers, led by Colin Kaepernick, who passed for over 300 yards, won, going away 31-17. However, the game was much closer, and in fact, I think the refs had a hand in this game. The first half was dominated by the Rams. They had a 14-3 lead, and they were going in for another score when a phantom call, a bogus offensive pass interference call against the St. Louis Rams tight end, which would have at least led to a field goal, ended up leading to a punt, giving the ball back to the 49ers down 14-3 at the end of the first half. Now what the Rams did was the mark of a losing football team. How could you give up a touchdown, an 80-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Lloyd with under 20 seconds to go? Not only did the cornerback break the golden rule and let the guy get behind him when all you have to do is make the tackle, but as they were doing earlier in the half when it made more sense, the Rams were dropping the safety, letting them go back low or move to the other side of the field away from Lloyd. So it was one-on-one with the cornerback with 20 seconds to go. The only thing that could happen is an 80-yard touchdown pass, which is exactly what did happen. So now it's a close game, 14-10 going in the second half, and the 49ers have all the momentum. Well, the 49ers did pretty much dominate the second half. Colin Kaepernick, who's been much maligned about his passing this year, threw for over 300 yards. He dropped a ball into the bucket, right into the hands of Anquan Boldin in the back of the end zone, one of the prettiest touch passes against his body that you'll ever see. Check out that highlight. Kaepernick is coming into his own. He always does just enough to win, no matter what his stats are, and yesterday the stats backed it up. So the score made it look a lot less close than it was because a late game interception by the 49ers gave him that final touchdown because Austin Davis had lined up with a chance to take the Rams down the field and tie the game at 24, but he threw an interception. That's, like I said, the 49ers clinch games with turnovers all the time. That's their staple. And just wait till that Niners team get all their defensive personnel back on the field from injury. It'll be a scary sight because that division is still up for grabs. The Seahawks lost to the Cowboys. They're 3-2. The division-leading Cardinals are 4-1. But with Carson Palmer at the helm, I really don't have confidence that that will sustain itself. So the 49ers could be primed to go to yet another NFC Championship game. Maybe 4 in a row. That hasn't happened since the Philadelphia Eagles did it, 2001 through 2004. Talk about consistency. I don't understand why the 49ers would be even thinking about getting rid of their head coach just because of his personality. The guy's a great football coach. He had no business winning that game, and yet the 49ers found a way, despite the fact that I think, as a conspiratorialist, that the Rams were jobbed or hosed by the refs. Like I said, that was a bad call, and who would have knows what would have happened if the Rams were up 17-3 or 21-3 at halftime. So there you have it. The San Francisco 49ers 31, the Rams 24. The Rams 17. No need to wait for pitchers and catchers because the Cardinals are still playing in St. Louis, where you have a baseball team but may not have a football team for long because the Rams may be going back to LA if things don't get straightened out up there.